I woke up too early and now everything is so noisy. I can't go back to sleep. Anyway, um, so today I thought I would talk about pleasantries. What is pleasantries? Pleasantries is what normal people do. It's like, hey, how are you? How are you going? I'm good. How are you? Thank you. Like if you have, even if you have problems, you don't even say you have problems. There is boundaries that you do not cross with people, normal adult other people, that you don't talk about. And pleasantries is also things, saying things you don't mean, saying things like, hey, we should catch up sometimes, we should catch up sometime, and have no intention whatsoever to do so, because the purpose of saying or agreeing or asking for, to catch up or socialize is for pleasantry sakes, for things that to make smooth of a certain situation, so the interaction becomes pleasant. um I still have problems with this. I feel like I thought it was just me, and apparently in the autistic community, in the female autistic community anyway, it's very prevalent, because it's hard for us to do. I still find it very hard to do. I still avoid saying that, things like, oh yeah, we should catch up, because if that other person saying we should catch up, my first instinct and my forever instinct would always going to be, when are we going to catch up? You cannot throw me a vague suggestion like that. I need for it to be pinned down. Like, is it next week? Is it tomorrow? What time exactly tomorrow? What time exactly next week? Is it and I think for normal people, you need they just throw it out there, and then they just assume people will forget, and people don't know. It's just the things that you say, you don't follow up, you don't do that. But for me, it's fixed. If you say something, it will exist in my mind. Of course, like now as I grow older, I've kind of come up with, you know, ways to avoid doing that, avoid doing being trapped and stuff like that. I always use this go to sentences these days. If someone wants to catch up or wants to, say pleasant things like, hey, do all this, I'll be like, that's great. Just let me know, send me a text or email me nearer to the date or a day before, so that I don't forget. I probably won't forget. Like if you say to me a year from now, like a year from now, let's meet at this date, at this time, at this particular place, I would probably remember, because I would jot it down somewhere. I would put it in a Google calendar, and it will be set. But I understand now, after I'm almost 40. I'm not 40, I'm still like about a few years to go, but I'm just preparing myself mentally to become 40 because it's not going to be a pretty scene when I, turn 40, if I'm not prepared mentally, emotionally, physically, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, so now that's my go-to sentences. Yeah, that's great. I can do that, but just let me know a day before or a few hours beforehand, the exact time and date and blah blah blah, the details. And that kind of set me free from having to pin down or having to chase someone to pin down a time and a place or whatever it is that I need to pin down, because now the ball is on their court, and I just have to kind of react to whether they remember or not. If they didn't message me the day before that they say that they want to meet up, then it's not happening. But I don't have to, kind of be. I don't have to make the date too far in advance, so that I become so nervous when it's almost nearer to the date. Is this happening or is it not? Because like I can, now I'm moving the cue, I'm moving the confirmation uh to almost like, if someone asks me, it's almost like immediate. Like, so if someone asks me, hey, you want to have it's similar to if someone pops in and pops out, like, or in a message like, hey, do you want to have coffee tomorrow? It'll be similar like that. I'm putting it into that context of like, it's just short-term planning. So I'm moving from long-term planning to short-term planning to avoid getting myself overly excited over something that is just being said for pleasantry's sakes. I know for some people it's no big deal, it's the way people run their lives, but for me, I had the most stress when I was younger just by that, people just saying things they don't mean. And I really become very, I don't know, I guess I was being the butt of a joke, like not being able to understand that people just say that for the sake of saying it, just for being nice. Because to me, I don't understand, why do people be nice if this is actually not nice? Anyway, now I have kind of let go the desire to find out. I just implement strategies so that I don't go insane. And that's how I do it. I just use that words now. Like, sure, I'm always up to catch up. Just let me know like a day or two in advance or make plans. So I always give it to them to do that. Um, I usually take the lead of saying, hey, wanna do this sometimes, or wanna do this next week, or some kind of like very general thing, and then I would let them determine when exactly they can do it. So it will be up to them to kind of reciprocate what the relationship, because you want it to be a two-way street. You don't want to be a one-way street where you keep leading, where you keep suggesting things, where you keep chasing things up. Like, that's not friendship, that's not relationship, that's not anything. Anyway, that's my rant for today for pleasantries and my own strategy and how I deal with it. I hope you have a pleasant day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone. 8 more days.